Have you ever experienced this? You open an old keepsake box or flip through the pages of a family album, and there, among yellowed photographs and cherished trinkets, you catch a glimpse of your own gaze, but from the past. The gaze of a girl with bows, a young woman on the threshold of a great life, a young mother embracing her child, and in that quiet moment you realize all these women haven't disappeared. They live within you, in the lines around your eyes, in the wisdom of your heart, in that calm strength that has become your essence. It's in such moments that I think of women whose image is timeless. Their secret is not in wealth or widespread fame. Their secret lies in a special way of carrying themselves through life, in the ability to be rather than to seem, which transforms them into eternal guiding lights. Today I want to continue our conversation about one of them, about a woman whose name sounds like quiet, elegant music, CZ Guest. Her story is not just a tale of fashion. It's an invitation to reflect on how to live a long, fulfilling life without betraying oneself, and to become only more interesting, deeper, and more beautiful with each new decade. She was born in distant 1920 in Boston. Her world, from the very beginning, was one of privilege, but she instinctively felt the difference between ostentatious luxury and authentic luxury. She wasn't just a socialite, flitting from one reception to another. She was an actress, a writer, a brilliant equestrian, and most importantly, a passionate gardener. She was friends with Ernest Hemingway, who was the best man at her wedding, and Truman Capote, who counted her among his famous swans. She moved in a world of absolute glamour, but never became its captive. Her life wasn't about noise and excess. It was about purity, simplicity, and that very effortless grace which today, perhaps, is valued more than all diamonds. She was called the quintessence of American style. But where did this style come from? It wasn't an innate gift that fell from the heavens. It was the result of upbringing, keen observation, and a deep inner sense of proportion. She knew how to look and truly see. She absorbed beauty from classical architecture, from the lines of thoroughbred horses, from the harmony of a well-tended garden. She learned to distinguish the eternal from the fleeting, and this skill became her compass. When we talk about her style, one phrase comes to mind: elegance that needs to prove nothing. While many of her contemporaries drowned in lavish dresses and dramatic looks, CZ chose purity of lines and restrained sophistication. Impeccably tailored suits, crisp white shirts, pastel-toned dresses. Her ensembles always had measure, but never boredom. It was a conscious choice of a woman who knew her worth and didn't need external effects to make a statement. She radiated a confidence that didn't need to shout. Just imagine, as early as 1959, she was inducted into the International Best Dressed List Hall of Fame. While others chased the whims of fashion, she built a reputation based on eternal values, a reputation that, even today, seems incredibly modern. Imagine her for a minute. She walks through her beloved garden in slim trousers and a simple cashmere sweater, or in a light, sleeveless cotton dress. Her outfits weren't chosen to impress. They were chosen to make beauty an everyday habit. She was living proof that style isn't for red carpets and special occasions. Style is what we weave into the fabric of our everyday. She was a woman who could be photographed in a riding habit, a perfectly tailored dress, or garden attire, and in any look, she remained the embodiment of elegance. But her style was deeper than just clothes. It was a reflection of her values. She believed that simplicity is the foundation of a life well lived. She once uttered a brilliant phrase: "Style is the ability to go through difficulties, pretending it's easy." Just ponder that wisdom. This approach resonates so deeply with us, women who value not fleeting trends, but longevity and authenticity. It's not about chasing youth, but about choosing quality, balance, and faithfulness to oneself. After a serious injury sustained during horseback riding in 1976, CZ directed all her passion into gardening and writing. For many, this would have been the end of an active life, but for her, it was a new beginning. The garden became her universe, her therapy, and her philosophy. Caring for plants taught her what her soul already knew. There is a time for everything. A time to plant, a time to grow, a time to bloom, and a time to rest, only to be reborn again in spring. Isn't this the most accurate metaphor for our lives? She found in working with the earth the same harmony and beauty as in trying on a haute couture dress, proving that elegance is not what you wear, it's how you live. And here's what's most captivating about her story. She was at home both in the world of high fashion and in the quiet of daily rituals. Diego Rivera painted her, Andy Warhol photographed her, and glossy magazine editors admired her. But no less admired was her ability to make the most ordinary moments, whether working in the garden or entertaining guests at home, extraordinary, simply thanks to her inner grace. Unlike some of Truman Capote's other swans, whose lives were full of drama and scandals, CZ was the embodiment of dignity, loyalty, and inner substance. Her light was quiet, but it warmed. For us, for women who are seeking their path to a long and beautiful life, she is living proof. Proof that elegance does not fade with years. It evolves. It becomes deeper, wiser, more personal. You know, there's a fear that charm and attractiveness are the sole domain of youth. CZ Guest, through her entire life, disproved this. She showed that a woman in her 60s, 70s, and beyond can be no less and perhaps even more captivating than at 20. Why? Because her elegance wasn't woven from fleeting fashion trends. It was carved from her character. Her beauty didn't freeze in time. It grew with her. So what gift did she leave us? What lessons can we draw from her life today? Firstly, simplicity is the highest form of clarity. When we remove everything superfluous from our lives, both in our wardrobe and in our thoughts, we begin to hear ourselves better. Clean lines and confidence in our choices speak louder than any shouting trends. Secondly, faithfulness to oneself brings peace. A constant chase after others' ideals is exhausting. Your style should be your home, where you feel cozy and calm, not a stage where you constantly have to play a role. And thirdly, the beauty of everyday life is an art. Lifestyle and fashion are inseparable. How you brew your morning tea, how you arrange flowers in a vase, how you drape your favorite shawl over your shoulders, all of this is part of your personal style story. CZ Guest is not just an icon of the past. She is a guiding star for all of us who want to live beautifully, age with dignity, and remain true to ourselves. Her life reminds us that fashion is not a way to impress others. It is a way to express self-respect and self-love through the choices we make every day. So the next time you go through your wardrobe or simply look at your reflection, remember her and ask yourself not, what's fashionable, but what makes me me? Because authentic style, like an authentic soul, does not age. It simply becomes itself. And in that lies its greatest beauty.